Yeah. Hi. I'm Infinite Jump Slash, and I've been streaming for a little over a year now, and I would like to share a little bit of my experience, or at least just ramble in your direction and hope I can edit it into a coherent video. I have been streaming for a little over a year now, and it has been a very interesting and rewarding experience. But there's lots of little things that it took me to get to where I'm at. I'm like a small streamer, right? And that's a relative term because there's lots of people who probably stream to like 0 to 5 people. And I've been lucky enough to retain an audience where I often get streams that are between 20 and 35 people, and sometimes even a little bit more. And it's crazy for me to think that I would ever get that many people interested in watching me. But there's lots of little things that have brought me to that point. And I'd like to share some of my experiences. I am by no means a big streamer, or should this be taken as advice on how to make a stream, because I'm in no position to give such advice. I mostly would just tell kind of my experience as it has been thus far. I'm a streamer that plays Mario Maker, and I started off playing that game. That was my game, and it's been a blast to play, and it's highly rewarding just for the fact that I can engage with people. They can give me their creations, and and I can critique or just marvel at people's creativity and stuff like that. But I never intended to get to that point. I never thought I would be doing something like that. Because when I first started streaming, I had no real intent of actually streaming. In fact, I was messing around in OBS, just kind of testing it out and seeing what it was about. I initially was using it to record footage from the game. I was going to make a YouTube video about game audio, which I have not made. But there was a guy who came up, just showed up on the stream, and they sent me their level code for a Mario Maker level. And I saw that pop up in the chat. I'm like, oh, hello? And I started talking to them. Now, I wasn't really talking to them because my microphone was turned down nearly all the way. So I was audible, but no one could really hear me. But it was just after I had fixed that problem, like, oh, hello, talking to the microphone. I started playing their level, and then I think another guy showed up and sent me their level, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll come back and do this again. This was kind of fun. I didn't expect anybody to show up. So I came back the next night, and a few more people came. I was not a part of any community, and typically if you're going to start streaming, you might want to get to know the community that's relevant to that game, or one game typically has lots of little communities, but I was a part of none of them. I didn't even know about them. I probably didn't even start hanging out in other streams until probably after streaming for a few weeks. I actually didn't even really watch streams before that. The last time I really watched a stream on Twitch was Twitch Plays Pokemon. And well, that was like, 2013? That was like 7 years ago. Now, I have a full-time job, and I still do, so I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to streaming. But when I first started streaming, I was streaming probably 5 times a week. And probably after a few months of that, I got burnt out, and wasn't really seeing tremendous growth anyway for the amount of energy I was putting into it. So I ended up slowing down to 3 days a week. But I got a schedule, and I was consistent. But I kept playing Mario Maker levels, and that was just so much fun. I got to know so many great people. So one thing that's interesting about streaming too was I got to make a lot of whom I would consider like real friends, like people who became a big part of my life, and I really enjoy their company and talking to them, and even kind of socializing with them outside of Twitch, like talking through Discord or things like that, and really getting to know people. And I think that's probably the most rewarding aspect of Twitch, for me at least, was getting to know people. And another thing that is interesting about Twitch is, you know, as an affiliate, you can make some money, right? You can make money. And so far, it has not been a livable wage for me by any means. In fact, I didn't really make any money until the beginning of the pandemic, like any real money. And the first month of the pandemic, I made a lot of money because I think everyone was stuck at home and had nothing better to do than to watch streams and use some of their loose income. But obviously, as time has gone on, that has gone down slowly. But I still make kind of a nice little supplement to my income. But it's by far... there's no way I could live off of doing just Twitch the way I'm doing it now. I'd have to build more of a presence and stuff like that and dedicate even more time to it and enhancing it and really being appealing to people. And one of my appeals as a streamer, I think, as far as I can perceive myself, is that I'm goofy, I'm very interactive, I like reading every message in the chat if I can, and, you know, just trying to be an entertainer as far as I can be, while also still being relatable and myself. And I think that's been my biggest success as just a smaller streamer that has some viewers, that has a reasonable amount of people tune in every time I stream. And it has helped me grow as someone who can speak probably publicly, learning how to keep a crowd of people entertained and engage them. I'm not that great at that. There are people who are obviously far better, but it's something I've improved on and realized I have at least a little bit of a knack for. But there's so many things I have yet to grow and capitalize on as a streamer. One thing I'm trying to remedy now is to try and make YouTube videos, and I have no idea what to do. I have no fucking clue what to do. But I figured I could... Oh, fuck, excuse me. I figured one thing I could do that I knew I could make a video about is not just the content I do, because I actually have no idea how to make content out of what I do other than just doing it itself. But because it's been done time and time again, so I don't know what I can contribute there. I'll have to try that in the future. But so far what I'm trying to do now is just to talk about what I know. And I know that year of streaming I did, and I could tell you about my experience there and whatnot a little bit more in detail. So it's something I'd recommend anyone to try at least. You know, maybe you won't be successful, maybe you will be. You won't know until you try, really. And I think one thing that's cool about streaming is you get to learn a lot about yourself as a person, and also learn about your nature in a performative setting like streaming. Now in real life, I'm fairly introverted. I'm not particularly outgoing, but you know, I can be in the proper circumstance, like streaming itself, or you know, this YouTube video. You know, if I want this to grow, I think I'm gonna try some means to get it to grow, but I have other life priorities, a job, and all that. So I'm gonna do things on the side and just see maybe if that fosters my Twitch career, you know, so to speak, and make a little money. So maybe someday I'll make more money so I can just make it my job and have it be something I can do creatively. But you know, there's a lot of people who want to do that as well. I'm not the only one with that ambition. So I have a lot of competition. So I have to really try to capitalize on my own natural charisma and likability, and also try to work hard. And you know, it's just a lot of hard work. One thing a lot of people don't know is, like, when you're done streaming, you're not really done with the stream. There's just so many little things you gotta do. There's just, like, you know, whether it be your bot to work on, or maybe some aesthetics for the stream, like your layout, or maybe you want to change, you know, you want to add sound effects, you want to, you know, have a particular artistic design and theme. These all take time and effort. And I think one thing that I personally lack as a streamer right now is consistency in theming. for me, I started my stream with Legend of Zelda iconography, and I still have quite a bit of it. I have not once played a Zelda game on my stream. I love Zelda games, but I've never played a Zelda game on my stream. I've only really played Mario Maker and a few other things, and recently I've been doing more just chatting because that's kind of fun and it's a good way to interact with my viewers and really get to know them and kind of foster a sense of, and to try and foster a sense of community and kinship. Because I want some of that to a little bit. I don't want a parasocial relationship with my viewers, but I want to definitely get to know things about them. And which is difficult for me because I have a really difficult time remembering names and sometimes details about people. And streaming has forced me to get much better at that and to genuinely know about the people who come to watch me. That's obviously why people come back, right? They come back because they feel like you're interested in them, there's someone to talk to and to really have a reciprocal relationship with. Because that's why I go to streams sometimes. I don't like to go to a lot of bigger streams personally. I like to go to smaller streams, either between 5 and 35 people, viewership for the streamer. Because I want to be able to interact with the streamer as well. And when the stream starts getting bigger, it just gets more and more difficult to do. As a streamer to interact and as a viewer to be interacted with. So it depends on what you go into a stream wanting, but in my experience with my stream, I try to read every single message and to try and truly take it in and respond. And that's something that just comes with practice and time, and now I'm far more natural at it. So if you go to Infinite Jump Slash on Twitch Tracker, Twitch Stats, whatever the hell it's called, and you type in my name, IJS, you will see some of my details, and it's really interesting to look at that information, like stats of like how much I've streamed, what I've streamed, how many hours I've streamed those things, the general, kind of like how I compare to the rest of Twitch, and all that stuff. And if you look at it, it kind of just shows me relative to other streamers. I feel like I'm ranked pretty well because there's lots of people who stream, but my ranking is kind of high for someone that only gets 25 to 30 viewers. Now, of course, most of us are outshone by the big streamers, the one who have just thousands of viewers at a time. But by the way, there are lots of people who are equivalent to me, and most of the people at my level were people that grew at the same time as I did. So I think it's really, if you have the personality, the willpower, and the temperament to keep streaming, you're bound to see some growth. It doesn't always work, and sometimes if it doesn't, I feel like you need to reevaluate your strategy. Not that I'm an authority, I'm a small streamer at best. So obviously there's just different things work for different people. I've seen tons of streamers who have lots of people watching, and I cannot figure out why. To me, they're not very entertaining, but there must be something they're doing that's entertaining, or they have bot viewers, which is like whatever. On a side note, people always complain about like people who have bot viewers or whatever. Like, I personally do not care. Like, I do not stream to be like, the most popular. Like, I enjoy growing my popularity, but it's not the main reason I stream. I want to stream because I like people to genuinely enjoy what I'm doing. Like it would feel so empty to me if I had hundreds of people watching my stream and they weren't engaging or enjoying what I was doing. That would make it not really worth it. But, people who want to use bots to bump up their viewer numbers, whatever. I don't care. If that's what makes you feel good, viewers or no, if you suck, you suck. So, I don't care. But I think I've rambled on quite a bit, and there's probably a lot more I could say, especially about my first year of streaming. If any of you are interested to hear more, if you have specific questions, I would love to hear it. I'm super curious about other people's streams, what their experiences have been like. I like hearing about what people who view streams look for or are entertained by. It would be really entertaining just to hear about that and to know what people are looking for. Mostly it would help me grow as a streamer myself. But if anyone has any questions, please go to the comments below and tell me what you think. This is my first YouTube video that is me literally talking to a camera, so I have no idea how this is going to be received. If you like this and you're someone who has a similar experience or have things to share about it, please let me know. And feel free to... Oh, fuck. I think we got this. Well, hopefully that didn't fuck shit up, but if you like this, I do stream. I stream generally on Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays, starting at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to come and hang out and talk, I'd love to. I'm trying to make more content, and hopefully I will in the future. Maybe if this video is well received and I have some questions to work with, I'd like to hear what you all have to say. Until next time, I'm Infinite Jump Slash, and I hope to see you again. Thank you so much.